Welcome to AI Trend Talk.
I'm Isaac.
And I'm Alice. Today we're talking about trending news in Taiwan, from unexpected accidents to the future of retirement, and some amazing new AI technology. Let's get started.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to today's talk. We have a lot to cover.
We really do. And, our theme for this deep dive is unexpected disruptions. Like, how do we handle things when our plans suddenly change?
Right. We all have our daily routines, but sometimes, well, things just happen that we cannot control.
Exactly. And the most immediate place we see this is when we travel. When we are commuting, we kind of just trust that everything will go smoothly.
But that is not always the case. There was actually a very sad story trending in the news today. It happened on National Highway 3 near Shalu in Taichung.
Oh, I think I saw a headline about that. What exactly happened?
Early in the morning, an SUV lost control on the highway, and unfortunately, it hit a large container truck.
The word is collision. It means a crash in which two or more things hit each other. Example, there was a bad collision between a car and a truck on the highway this morning.
Yes, and this collision was very severe. Because it was on the highway, they were moving fast. The SUV actually caught on fire.
Oh no, that is terrible. Was the driver okay?
Sadly, no. The driver was a 30-year-old man, and he lost his life in the crash.
That is just heartbreaking. Did the police know why he lost control? I mean, was it raining or something?
The police are still looking into it, but right now they suspect it was due to driver fatigue.
Driver fatigue. So he was just too tired to be driving.
Yeah, exactly. It is a really important reminder for everyone listening. If you are feeling sleepy behind the wheel, you have to pull over and rest.
You really do. I mean, driving when you are exhausted is just so dangerous.
Right. It only takes a second of closing your eyes to cause a huge accident.
That is very true. Well, keeping with the topic of traveling, we have another story. This one is completely different, though. It is actually a miracle.
Oh, a miracle. I'm glad to hear some good news. Where did this happen?
It happened at a train station, specifically the Taiwan Railways, or the TRA. The accident was at the South Shulin station.
Okay, the train station. Those can be very busy places. What happened?
Well, a 21-year-old woman somehow wandered right onto the train tracks.
Oh my goodness. Onto the tracks. That is incredibly dangerous.
Yes, and it gets scarier. Right at that moment, the local express train number 2033 was coming into the station.
Wait, really? A train was coming? The driver must have been terrified.
He was. The driver saw her and hit the emergency brakes immediately, but, trains are so heavy they cannot just stop right away.
Right, they need a lot of space to stop. So, did the train hit her?
It actually grazed her. It just barely touched her as it passed.
Wow, and she survived that. Usually being hit by an express train is fatal.
I know, but she only had minor injuries, just some scrapes on her knee and her elbow.
That is amazing. How did she avoid the main part of the train?
Well, there is a small safety space under the tracks. It is for emergencies.
Yeah.
She managed to get into that space.
That is so lucky. I am so glad she is okay.
Me too. And she was totally conscious. She even climbed back up to the platform all by herself.
That is incredible. But an event like that must have caused a lot of problems for the train schedule, right?
Yes, it really did. The railway police had to close things down to make sure everything was safe.
Right, they have to do safety checks.
Yeah.
So the trains could only use one track for both directions.
The word is delay. It means a situation where you have to wait longer because something is late. Example, we have to wait at the station for an hour because of the train delay.
Exactly. Because they only had one track, there were huge delays for so many passengers.
It really shows how one unexpected event can disrupt the day for thousands of people.
It sure does. We just do not have much control when we are commuting. But, it is one thing to have a delay on your way to work.
Right.
It is another thing when a disruption happens right inside your own home.
Oh, that is so true. Our home is supposed to be our safe place.
Yeah, but sometimes even our living situation changes without warning. That brings us to another trending story today about the Taiwanese actor Fan Jiang Yan Feng.
Oh, I saw people talking about him online. What happened with him?
Well, he was renting a house. And about 2 weeks ago, he was notified that the owner had sold the house.
The word is suddenly. It means quickly and without warning. Example, I was walking in the park when it suddenly started to rain.
Yes, he had to move out very suddenly. He was told to pack up everything and leave immediately.
Wow, just like that. That sounds incredibly stressful. Moving is hard enough when you have months to plan.
I know, right? He had to quickly hire a moving company to pack all his furniture on the same day.
That is so much pressure. Did he talk about how he felt?
He did. He shared a short video of the really fast move. He said that leaving in such a rush was tough.
I can imagine.
But he also said the hardest part was at the very end. When he opened the door to look at the dark, empty house, it made his heart hurt.
Oh, that is really sad. I think anyone who has moved can understand that feeling.
Definitely. And for him, it was extra emotional because he used to live in that house with his ex-wife, Go.
Oh, I see. So the house was full of memories of their life together.
Yeah, exactly. So having to leave it so fast was a big shock.
You know, it is kind of like reading a book, and someone just closes it before you are ready to finish the chapter.
That is a really good way to describe it.
But, he also said something positive about it. He mentioned that leaving a place full of old memories might actually be a step forward.
Right. It forces you to start a new chapter in a new place.
Exactly. Sometimes we need a sudden push to move forward in life.
That is true. But dealing with sudden changes, it reminds us how important it is to plan for the future.
Oh, for sure. Especially for the big things, like when we get older.
Right. We all need to think about what happens when we eventually stop working.
Yes, and that is actually a huge topic right now. There have been some big protests at the Legislative Yuan recently about the labor pension system.
Retirement system, right.
Yeah.
What are the workers protesting about?
Well, the current pension system has been running for about 20 years now. It covers a lot of people, about 7.78 million workers.
Okay, that is a huge part of the population.
It is. Right now, employers are required to put 6% of a worker's salary into a retirement fund.
So 6% goes toward their future. But the labor groups are not happy with that amount.
No, they are not. The workers point out that Taiwan's economy is doing well. The GDP is growing and approaching 10% this year.
Right, the economy is growing.
But everyday prices are also very high right now. Food, rent, everything is more expensive.
Yeah, inflation is making things tough for a lot of people.
Exactly. So the labor groups are saying that 6% is just too low. They want the employer contribution raised to 12%.
Wow, they want it doubled to 12%.
Yes, so that workers can have enough money to live comfortably when they retire.
But wouldn't doubling the cost suddenly be very difficult for small businesses? I mean, a small coffee shop might not be able to afford that.
That is exactly what the business groups are saying. They argue that forcing small businesses to pay double could really hurt them.
So what do the business groups suggest instead?
The employers think the government should offer tax incentives. This means they want the government to encourage workers to voluntarily save more of their own money.
Oh, I understand. So instead of making the businesses pay the extra money, the workers choose to save it themselves, and they pay less in taxes as a reward.
Yes, exactly. So you have the workers asking the employers to pay more, and the employers asking for government tax breaks for the workers. It is a very complex issue.
It really is. Both sides have strong points. Figuring out how to pay for the future is not easy.
No, it is not. But planning to the future is not just about money anymore.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, we also have to prepare for a world that is changing because of new technology. Things are advancing so rapidly.
You are talking about artificial intelligence, aren't you?
I am. AI is getting so smart, it is almost hard to believe.
It really is. There is actually some amazing news about AI today. It involves Huawei's AI model called Celia and another model called Dots Note 3.0 by RedNote.
Oh, I heard about this. Did they take a test or something?
They did. They competed in the 2026 International Mathematical Olympiad in Shanghai.
The IMO. But wait, isn't that a math competition for human students? Like the smartest students in the world?
Yes. It is incredibly difficult. Just to give you an idea, there were 666 of the smartest human students competing.
Wow, 666 top students?
And out of all of them, only 7 students got a perfect score of 42 out of 42.
Only 7. That just shows how hard the math problems were. So how did the AI models do?
Both Huawei's Celia and RedNote's AI got a perfect score, 42 out of 42.
Wait, really? A perfect score?
Yep. They solved every single problem perfectly.
But did they have humans helping them, like typing in the answers?
No, that is the craziest part. They did it within the official time limit with absolutely zero human intervention.
Oh, wow. So the computer just read the problems and figured it all out by itself.
Exactly. It reasoned through these deeply complex math problems entirely on its own.
That is just mind-blowing. It is like a student going from being pretty good at math to winning a gold medal at the Olympics in just 2 years.
That is a great comparison because back in 2024, AI models were only at a silver medal level in this competition.
Right. So the fact that they are getting perfect scores now shows how fast the technology is improving.
It really opens up incredible new possibilities. If AI can solve the hardest math problems, imagine what it can do for scientific research
Or for education. Having an AI that can teach complex math perfectly would be amazing for students.
Absolutely. It is going to change the world in so many ways.
It really is. Well, we have covered so much in today's deep dive.
We really did. We talked about a lot of unexpected things today.
Yes, from unpredictable commutes and sudden stressful moves to the challenges of planning our financial future.
And of course, figuring out how we fit into a future powered by super smart AI.
Right. So here is your comment challenge for today. Which of today's topics do you care about the most? Are you more excited about how smart AI is becoming, or are you thinking more about your future retirement plans? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
We always love reading what you have to say. Thank you so much for joining us for today's talk.
Yes, thank you for listening. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a great week.